What is it like to be a bat? This is our philosophical question. It is asking us to imagine what is the feeling or thought of being a bat, how they think, live, and do. Thomas Nagel and Frank Jackson have addressed this problem. Nagel established this question to inquire on the tendencies of physicalism and reductionist theories. Physicalism means that everything is physical and that there's nothing over or above the physical, or that everything supervenes on the physical. Nagel argues that it is one thing to be a particular organism, and it is another to be that organism in the same way it is itself. That was messy, right? To somehow explain this, he uses bats as an example by saying they use high frequency sounds to navigate through the dark, which is something that humans can't do and will never experience the same way bats do. He also discusses that by focusing on the objective parts of elements and leaving out the subjectivity is what physicalism consists. Like when some physicalistic way, water is H2O and light is just an electric discharge. He finishes his argument by living the way of the unfolding the true characters of the experience as a mystery. Jackson proposed two examples. The first is the text, What Mary Doesn't Know. Mary doesn't know that all physical aspects about the colors, so she can't imagine the colors. This text implies that there are facts that cannot be physical. So, because of this, Jackson says that physicalism is not true. The difference between what is physical and what is not brings us to a second example, the fallacy of the man in the mask. It explains that no matter our points of view or knowledge, that the ideals will never form real property because that there could be a different description for the same thing, since each person has their respective concepts or perspectives of that same thing. For example, in history, feminism and the obtainment of women's rights has been established to happen in a certain way, showing the difficulties and the problem at the time that they were fighting for. Now we understand what happens during this time, that the meaning of feminism and the importance of women's rights, but it's true that we will never completely understand what it was like to live during this time and have no experience on everything that the woman had to overcome. But just to get to imagine how it was like. Also, each person sees a truth despite their perspective of things. So regarding to feminism for each person, it could mean something different because that is a distinct point of view that they have on that topic. You can only imagine what it is like to be a bat, but you will never understand 100% what it is like to be a bat. So this implies to every other real thing in the world, at least humans' perspectives, even if you want to or experience something because you know all the facts and descriptions, you can never get it to be. It is more than just physical facts, that there are also elements that cannot have a physical representation. If the physical is all that matters, then we would be able to understand any experience we can think of without a doubt. What do you think?